much I love you and appreciate you. So, happy Valentine's Day, baby.
Baby, I love you, don't you notice? You the reason why I wrote this when everything else feels hopeless. You put it all back in focus when I'm sad and I wanna cry. I can take a look into your eye, to your surprise, just realize you make me glad to be alive. Made you smile many times, made you cry plenty times. Apologize every time, need me, call me anytime. Together this world can be ours. Get the money and get the power. Give you candy, gifts and flowers, then caress you in the shower. Got big plans for the future. I'm your man, I just can't lose you. I gotta prove it to you the right way is how I do you. Need a real woman by my side, filled with love and a lot of pride. Don't keep your feelings up inside, express them to me and never hide. I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it, more to you than just your surface. All your kisses and your wishes making me feel all so nervous. Don't wanna live without you, there's something that's so real about you. I can't explain, you take my pain, my love for you is nothing but true. All the love I feel inside is keeping me alive when I look into your eyes. It's keeping me alive whenever I see your smile. It's keeping me alive, thoughts of us having a child. It's keeping me alive. Don't wanna be like Bonnie and Clyde, cause they already done died. Anticipate our wedding date, the day you become my bride. Cause I need you in my life, plus I see you as my wife. Our love don't have no price, kiss and hug at night, that's right. I love your waist and your thighs, love your face and your eyes. Your taste make me rise like a cake between your thighs. Never experienced real love until I finally met you. Cause you special, can't forget you. When you gotta go, it's hard to let you come back. Don't be long, you know I miss you when you gone. I can't kiss you when you gone. I won't hit you, that'll be wrong. Been through dilemmas like Nelly and Kelly, but you tell me that you ready. I believe you, won't deceive you, so I hold you nice and steady. Wipe your tears with my finger. I'm a rapper, you a singer. Many nights full of laughter now. Tell me, do you remember? Hold you close, propose a toast to the one that I love the most. Other women try to boast, but none of them could ever come close. All the love I feel inside is keeping me alive when I look into your eyes. It's keeping me alive whenever I see your smile. It's keeping me alive, thoughts of us having a child. It's keeping me alive. I would die for you, give my life for you, give my day, give my evening and give my night for you. I'ma succeed, proceed to fulfill my dreams and share it all with my queen. Cause you already know one thing, I love them base just on some green. You deserve the finer things, necklace, chains, and diamond rings. When we get the same last name, maybe then your friend will stop playing these games. But until then, he on thin ice. Lately things ain't been too right. I guess it's just the stress of life that makes me a little bit less than I apologize, please don't cry. Dry those tears from beneath your eyes, head to the sky. Show your smile, never give up and always try. When we apart, it hurts sometimes. We made it through the worst of times. Our time to shine, I'm glad you mine. We can stand the test of time. Cause I appreciate you. The best thing I did was date you. Never hate you, congratulate you. Show you love whenever I face you. Make me happy to be alive, to make you happy. I'm gonna strive, be the best that I can be. You and me will always survive. All the love I feel inside is keeping me alive when I look into your eyes. It's keeping me alive whenever I see your smile. It's keeping me alive, thoughts of us having a child. It's keeping me alive.
Acknowledge me. up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of Straight Talk with Trevor, the podcast, where no topic is off limits.
I ain't trying to fuss, but it's a must, you gon' respect this. Plus your nuts will touch the dust, you trying to check this. You ain't insane, I write your name down on my checklist. You think I'm playing, I leave you land, I leave you breathless. As human beings instead of being so many tribal. You ain't seen what I have seen in my society.
Hey, I'm just a man with a microphone. What the fuck do I know?
You can acknowledge me.
Straight Talk Sessions live.
What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your boy Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of the Straight Talk Sessions live here on YouTube. Hey, we got a show for you today. I was going to try to come in a little earlier so I could get a little housekeeping out of the way. So here's what I'll do. Normally, I give a bunch of announcements and things that's coming up, but if anything, I'll do that tomorrow. The only thing I will say is I won my debate yesterday, and I think I did pretty damn good. I wanted to come on a little earlier so I could talk about it, but, you know, things happened. Some unforeseen issues came up, so we couldn't really get to it, but it's all good. And plus, Solar and Angel, I think, are going to unveil the brackets tonight, and I don't want to get in the way of that, so I'll wait until they unveil the brackets, and then I'll come back and I'll go over my debate from yesterday. Things like that. Nene, let me know if you can hear me. Okay. All right. So I got the all clear that she could hear me. So let's do this. Let me bring on the queen of the Straight Talk Society. What's going on?
Hello.
What's up? I can't call it. Yeah, so we got a collaboration today, y'all. As y'all see and as you guys are coming into the chat, I can see you guys. I can see the people that are watching. Please make sure and hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. There go. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the backup to come. That's all.
There they are.
I got you, Mike. Don't worry.
I posted the link.
Okay. Yeah. So we have a collaboration show going on today. You know, today's Monday. Today's Man Talk Monday. But what we're gonna do is some of the women from Pour Your Heart Out are gonna come over, and we're gonna discuss the Eboni K controversy. I don't really think it's much of a controversy, but everybody's saying it is a controversy, so we're going to discuss it. Ricardo, hit the link if you can. I mean, you've been in the chat for like 10 shows. You got to get up on this panel.
Jump on this panel, Ricardo.
Yeah, you got to get on this panel. I mean, I see y'all watching. Y'all, hey, y'all watching. So
come on in.
Yeah, y'all out there. So come on in. Let me send Solar this link. So this is what we're going to do though. Mike, the link is in the chat. This is what we're going to do because I'm expecting, to Pour Your Heart Out ladies. They show up big. So this is what we're going to do. We may have about a full panel tonight, like a 10 people. So I'm going to lay out a ground rule right now. Try not to do all the interrupting. And I'm pretty sure I had to repeat this. All right. Yeah. Wayne, hit that link is in the chat. Try not to do a lot of interrupting and over talking because there's going to be a lot of us on here and a lot of us are going to want to get our points out. So I want to say we'll give each other what you think. A minute is good, Nene?
We'll start with a minute. Yes.
Yeah, a minute to get your point out is good. Let's get it out, and then in the event that somebody just has like a real good point, then I'll allow that type of interruption. But we can't. There's a lot of us going to be on here, so we can't be doing all the over talking because it's just going to get too crazy. And you know, me and Nini are trying to moderate this thing as best as possible. We'll interject our comments every now and then because you know I got a lot to say about this. But so that's what we're gonna do. Oh man, Ricardo hit the link.
It's about damn time.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
So this is what I want to do first because I wanted to do this. Oh, my bad. Let's bring our panel guests up. So people be thinking that we be lying when we say all these people.
Beautiful people.
Yeah, all these people that's up here on the panel. So so this is what we're gonna do because last Man Talk Monday, I wanted to go over something, but the show got so good and the conversation got so good, we never got a chance to get into it. So before some more of the ladies get over, I want to get into this. I got to get into this. And what we're going to start doing going forward is all the topical stuff. We're going to try to hit it like when it comes in within a week or so, you know, because this is real topical. I didn't even know who this person, Eboni K, was, but, you know, I'm glad that Nini let me know what was going on. But there is something that I wanted to get to from last week. So let me share my screen. I'm gonna play this, and then I want everybody to sound off on this. You know, and then you know, wait for everybody to get in. So let me go ahead and Cliff, you know you could get us. See, it's Man Talk Monday. The men showing up. You know you could get on this panel if you want. So this is what I'm gonna do. And we could all gang up on Shaka because she's normally that aggressive, and we could gang up on her. Hey Tammy, what's going on? You could.
If she have to have all y'all gang up on her.
Tammy, you could jump on the panel too if you want.
Hey, this ain't that type of show.
All right, let me present this because I wanted to talk about this last week. So let's get this going. Let me know when y'all can see this.
Ooh, that's a nice. I like that little shot.
Y'all see it?
Yep.
All right.
This generation today, these young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job. But that's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with?
All right. So there you have it. Let's hear from the ladies first because it is admitted, anybody knows me, y'all know I'm not a Steve Harvey fan. I think he's a caper if I ever seen one. So Shaka, what you guys say about that?
I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't really see why it's an issue because I'm just gonna throw my experience in there. I was in a relationship and got into a conversation and we were going back and forth, and you know, he brought up what is it that you bring to the table? And not even listening to what he was saying, I automatically said, well, I do this and I do it, and then I thought about it. Motherfucker, I bought the table. So what are we really talking about?
So let me ask you, what do you bring to the table?
She bought the table.
I brought it.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? You bought the table?
Okay, to me, what I mean, I don't know what we think the table is, but my perception of the table would be, what do you bring to this relationship? right? So I bring, if we're going to go down the list of what we do in our household, I take care of our household, you included. I feel like you take care of our household with me included. However, what you're not going to do is make it seem like you up here doing all these wonderful, amazing things that you're bragging about, which I feel you shouldn't be bragging about because that's what you should be doing anyway. Like, you have some men that are like, oh, well, I take care of my kids. You're supposed to take care of your kids. Like, you understand? So I feel like in a relationship, if we're not equal, then we're constantly leveling each other up. So even if he's up here, he's going, I'm going to want to raise my standards to be where he is. And then if I exceed him, then I'm going to want to bring my man back with me. So, but if you are constantly doing this and we're butting heads, then what's the point? So again, you want to out me on what you bring to the table. I brought it.
So, all right, last question before I move on to the next person. When you hear a man ask you, what do you bring to the table? Why is it always taken as a disrespectful thing he's asking?
No, I don't take it as disrespect. I take it as when you're dating and you're getting to know another person, if you're exploring, if this is a possible relationship that you want to pursue, then you do need to know. Like, I need to know all these things. So I'm going to constantly ask questions. On top of that, even if we are, or even if we do decide that we're going to move forward in this relationship, okay, cool. 2-3 weeks down the road, I'm still going to check in with you. So what's going on? Because people change and we have a right to change our mind. Like, Shaka today is not the Shaka that you met last year or the Shaka that you met 10 years ago. I constantly change. So what I may have needed when we initially had the conversation of what you bring to the table may not be what I need or require now at the current table.
All right, Mike, go ahead, because I know you itching for this one.
Bro, what we just watched is literally why it's almost impossible to have conversations with women. It is insane. She went from, you asked her, what do you bring to the table? And she went on a cavalcade journey of, I bring the table, but why we butting heads and you ain't gonna tell me what you do and bring the tables up here and then down here, and I don't know matter what I bring to the table. And then you asked her, what do you bring to the table? Oh, well, something different. Sometimes it's like they all crazy. It's like they all, they live in a split personality. It's like there's no answering the question. You know what it is? It's all defense and emotion. That's all it is. It's all defense. When you ask them that, they initial, I bring the table. I didn't ask, you can't bring the table because it's a figment. It's not real. We're talking about a relationship. There is no table. We're asking what you bring to it. I'm the table. That's not what we're talking about. Like, what's wrong? Yo, and then if we say something, you see what my stuff say, I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? If I say something, I'm hurt. Who hurt you? It don't make no sense. Why can't there be a conversation with one of them? Because it's like all women live in duality. Ever since somebody made up that line about I'm a woman and I reserve the right to change my mind. As soon as they heard that, they ran with it. Every day is, well, I want a man that'll put me in my place. And then on Tuesday, well, you ain't gonna tell me what to do, but you just said on Monday, that was Monday. Like, they all crazy. They're all insane. You just gotta find one that's less crazy to deal with, and then, or on your level that you can handle. Like, I prefer level 4 crazy. I don't do level 9. Level 9, they be fine, but they out their mind. I'm good. I want level 4.
All right, Nene, you got something to add to this?
No, I'm over here rolling my eyes right now.
You rolling your eyes?
Give you another eye roll. Hold up.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He's doing so well.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I
introduced
to the Straight Talk Society a man I've been trying to get on this damn thing for so
He's
long.
gonna be in the
Cardi
chat.
Reed.
Ricardo, what you got?
Oh!
This is one of them.
Oh man, and this mic. Hey, Ricardo, just sit still, man. Cause you're giving me vertigo.
All right, let me sit. All right, so for the longest time I've been trying to get on the show, but it wasn't the right moment to get on until this one topic came up, and it was one that I felt like I had to really speak up on because I hear it all the time. But for Eboni Key to come on and say what she said.
Whoa, we haven't got
yet.
No, hold on, we're not there yet. No, we're not there yet.
Cardi Reed running.
But
He ready, right?
we running today.
Right?
We ready.
What do you got to say about the Steve Harvey?
Steve, I mean, Steve for me, I don't even know what to say about Steve right about now. Because Steve always flip flops at any given moment. When you speak to when he speaks, sometimes you have to wonder like, is he coming from a particular place, or is he just saying it out of the sense of, because at one moment he's saying something about his wife, and then the wife is like doing something else, or she was something else. So I was like, you know what, Steve, I don't really take seriously. I just take most of for the most part. If y'all want to talk about him, by all means, I don't give him that much attention, to be honest. I feel like he says stuff just for the money, so I don't really give Steve Harvey that amount of attention. But if you guys want to give him the attention, hey, go ahead.
All right. This is what happened, because I see Queen B's ready to jump in, so I'm gonna let her get in on this. But this is what I see is happening. This is why I don't care for Steve Harvey, because Steve Harvey, first of all, I don't take advice from a man who's had so many divorces. I don't like, and he always gives relationship advice demeaning the man. That's how I feel. Like he's always talking about what the man isn't doing or what you should make the man do, while never holding women accountable for what they don't do. So I don't really give a shit whatever Steve Harvey says, but I did want to touch on it. Is like I would never take advice from Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? So it's like I like those men, to me, they cater to a certain demographic, and it's okay, because women buy your books, women watch your movies, so you have to cater to them, but they cater to these women at the same time, forgetting that they're a man. All right, go ahead, Breezy.
How to fit in the moo-moo.
Good evening, y'all.
What's up,
man?
So Steve Harvey is funny. I understand what you guys are saying, but my thing is this: even a broken clock is right twice a day, right? So even if we don't like everything that he says, I really didn't see anything wrong with what he said in that statement, because men are providers and are supposed to be the ones bringing figuratively the most to the table. But I don't think that has to be 100% true in every situation. I think that's a big part of the problem that a lot of relationships have right now, is that we think there's a one size fits all type scenario, and there never is one. So whatever works for your situation, that's what you guys need to do. If that is the man being 100% the provider, do it. If that's the woman, so be it, whatever it is. But I was taught that a man leads, provides, and we help everything fall into place.
Can I jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
All right. I didn't get to speak on Steve because I was hating on that little person above me because it's part of my fun. So my bad. You know what it
y'all
is.
would get along so well in real life.
We will. That's my dog.
I know y'all would.
So Steve Harvey is a simp of the nth degree. Now, everything you said, Ma, I agree with. I don't disagree with anything you said. My problem with him is there's kind of a piece of the, and I'm not going to go there, Trevor. There's a piece to what, like the way Ebony K said something. It's the same thing with him. He says it to denigrate men.
Yep.
He's saying it in a way like, what you want more than her, that she's having another you. You should be glad. No, them days are over. If this was back, just like how women say, if this was back in the old days, Paul would have paid everything and blah, 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 or whatever they say. Those men don't exist, and the women that they were with don't exist anymore. All right? I don't want a woman that just comes to the table as a uterus. I'm sorry. If I want a baby, I can have one. Having a baby is the easiest thing in the world to do now. Easy. All you gotta do is find a thought and not wear a condom.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, don't get mad at me like thoughts don't exist. Don't get mad at me. You see them every day.
No, those just seem to be your favorite people. Like, you love them.
No, I'm trying to save them. I want to save them, but for real,
From what?
you can meet a woman and having a baby is not something to bring to the table. Having a baby does nothing but complicate a relationship. That's not what you're bringing to the table. I want to know that You're the type of woman that I can hurt myself, and I need you to help raise this kid and make sure my kids stay off the pole. I want that. You know what I'm saying? I want if I get hurt, you holding the house down till I get better. I want that you bring in peace. Like there's things that men want, and for him to just say, "What the best thing? You ain't got to worry about nothing. She's having it." It makes us seem like we're cavemen, or men are really the thing that society's painting as. Every man is a monolith. All we need is head, quiet, and a sandwich. That ain't how it works. We want peace.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? We want peace. We want happiness. I mean, head is good. Don't get me wrong. Head is fire. Head is fire.
Hey, 1 second, Mike. Hey, Lem, if you want to join the panel, man, you can. I'd love to hear your perspective. And for those of you who are coming in late, I see Dr. Mia's in the back. She's on. We got because it's so many of us on here. Like I'm giving everybody like a minute to 90 seconds to get their shit off, and then just so we don't over talk everybody. I know Mike and Shaka are not going to be able to help it, but we're going to try to keep some decorum.
You are doing great tonight, Mike.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep a little decorum here. So let me ask the lady. Let me ask the ladies on the panel, because I hear a lot of things. And the men are saying the same thing. Steve Harvey just caters to the group that gives him the most money, because ain't no men buying his ugly suits and shit like that. So we aren't giving them the money. It's the women buying the books and watching his movies and stuff like that. So when you hear a guy like Steve Harvey give you information about marital advice after seeing that he had 3 failed ones on his own, do you really take him seriously?
Again, a broken clock is right twice a day.
I like what Lim said though. He can take those experiences. He knows why his relationship didn't work. So he can speak to, okay, this is what you should do and shouldn't do. But I do agree with some of what you all are saying. Like, when you are in business and you're a brand out there, that is your job to seek or speak to the people that are giving you the money. And we know that it is the women. But I see what Mike is saying, though. He can say that and speak for the women without downgrading the men to make it seem like they ain't shit or whatever. But he's doing his job.
Nice about me?
He's doing it well. But, like, he can speak on relationships because he has been in so many relationships. Hopefully he's learned something from those different relationships that he can apply and give guidance on. Like, I wouldn't go to him for, full out counseling or anything, but I can take in some things that he says and, make it work for me.
Hey, Lem, if you want to join, you don't have to turn your camera on, just so you know. So yeah, hit that link in the chat if you want to come on. You don't have to turn your camera on the panel. All right. All right, so we're almost done with Steve Harvey, but I think somebody needs to mute. Hold on. I think I saw in the chat where him leaving his what was Cliff talking about?
Oh, I'll go back and put it back up.
So basically, Steve Harvey left, like, I think his first wife, like someone said, like homeless or something like that. Or the first baby mama, like he said, homeless and didn't look back. But I feel like, again, like I was saying, you change over the course of time. So maybe at that point, at that time in his life, he had no idea what the responsibility was of what he needed to do as a man in that particular relationship. I don't know. But now looking at where he is in his current relationship, it seems like maybe he is taking that responsibility and he's taking life a little bit more serious. Like he's learned his lessons, because that's what life is, right? A bunch of lessons.
Oh, she preaching.
So let me ask you something, Shaka, and again to the women on the panel. What do you guys think the role of a man is?
The way that I was raised, okay, was that the man was the provider and the protector.
Don't go any further. Don't go any further. Did your dad raise you?
My grandfather.
But there was a man that instilled that in you. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Just wanted to make sure.
But that finger
Well,
was
man
aggressive.
and woman. My grandmother backed him up. So whatever, if granddaddy said this was law and she was like, that's what it is. Now, if they discussed that after we went to bed, we weren't privy to that information. But they were a united front.
That's how it should be.
I knew she came from good stock.
Yeah. So so this is basically just an actor. You be like that and all that foolishness.
Yes,
You was raised.
Yeah,
you was
that's
raised
what right. Absolutely. But some of the stuff
well in real life.
But some of the stuff Mike say, it blows my mind. Like I legit, I could agree with Dr. Mia on the last segment on Monday when it was like greetings from the planet Earth. Cause I don't know what planet y'all were on, but it was not here on Earth.
Y'all promise if we had a phone conversation and she let me explain what I'm saying, she'd be agreeing with me next show.
And Nene will tell you. And Nene will tell you that I even said I feel like we need to have a meet and greet because I have questions for you, Mike. I just got questions. I need to ask to him. I got questions.
So Queen B, what do you got to say? What is a man to you? What's a man's responsibility?
Oh gosh. What unrealistic expectation can I speak on right now? No.
Somebody watched my debate last night. Wait a minute. How do you think I did last night?
She was watching it.
I was watching. Yeah, I was watching it. I think you did great. I think it was just because the topic was so vague, it was hard for you to get her to admit until after the debate was over. She finally was like, "Yeah, I did that on purpose." Yeah. That's not a way to have a good debate, like by purposely picking a vague topic. But whatever.
What's up, Sister Noble?
That's tough. What do I think? What do I think a man is supposed to do? Was that the question?
Yeah. What's a man's responsibility? What do you think? And before you answer, you got to ask: were you raised by a man, or is this coming from women?
This is coming from someone raised by a single mother who has been a single mother to 4 children. So feel free to take my opinion with a grain of whatever you want to take.
Go ahead. Rock out.
I was taught, now see, here's the thing. I was taught that a man provides, a man protects. I was not taught much outside of that. I was also taught that my responsibility is to cater to that man that provides and protects. So honestly, what I'm teaching my sons, I have 3 sons. My 10-year-old knows how to shake hands better than a lot of grown men that I meet. He knows to open and hold doors. He knows how to say excuse me when women are speaking. He knows how to look you in your eyes when he's talking to you. So there's certain things that you would hope men know how to do and help provide to their sons and different things like that. But that's neither here nor there. Outside of, so the small things, and that could fall under provision or protection, depending on how you look at it. When my tire needs air, I would love for it to be done by a man and not having to do it myself. I hate going to the gas station personally. I would love for that to be done. But those are small luxuries that I think would be nice just to have provided in a relationship. But requirements, I think bare minimum is respect, protection, and provision.
All right, and I see Cliff is saying in the chat that men have 5 P's. I think it's provision, protection. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they all are. But Dr. Mia, you haven't chimed in yet, but I guess you're getting your mic situation. But ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Wayne.
You gonna give us some theme music?
What's up, Wayne? Unmute yourself.
Wayne on me $5.
Hey man, peace to the panel, man.
What's up,
peace to everybody in the chat? I'm kind of on the delay. I want to make sure. Can everybody hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn your mic up.
Well, you ain't important. No, nobody gotta hear you.
Mike, what's happening, man? Been a long time. I've been waiting on this, man.
Oh boy.
What's the question? What's the first question?
So right now, I played the Steve Harvey clip where he was saying, with the Shannon Sharp interview, where he was asking, like, what do you, don't ask a woman what she brings to the table, like, what do you bring to the table, and she gives you another you, and blah 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 blah, all that stuff. So at first, it's just like, what's your thoughts on that, and then we'll get into the main event soon.
Main event.
Yeah, I feel like.
Oh, Wayne might be on a delay. So Wayne, go out and then come back in.
All right, yeah, I'm on the delay. That's what it is. All right.
I don't like that question in general, though, Trevor. What do you bring to the table?
Yeah, see, because you're sensible. We realize that you're a sensible one. Like, you're pretty sensible when it comes to these conversations. Like, but again, so Steve Harvey, when he says stuff like that, he's speaking to that vocal minority that when they hear that, they're gonna be like, ooh, child, you see what Steve said? Steve said it, so it's right. It's right. We got to do it. Blah 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 blah. But a real woman that has any sense, that's ever been in any real relationship, knows that you're not getting millionaires, and sometimes you're gonna help out. You're gonna have to help out here, and shit gonna get rough every now and then. But they don't ever show that side of it. You got people like that who just try to make it seem like this side of the track is always peaches and cream, and if that man not doing this for you, then you don't have to give him no cookie, and you got to make him wait 90 days and all that bullshit. And
not even that far. Like,
for nothing.
We were talking in our Pour Your Heart Out chat, and my thing is, if adults, men and women, took the time to really get to know each other, I can see what you are able to bring to my table, and I can make a conscious decision and say, you're not bringing enough, and just go from there, vice versa. But we're so busy focusing on what this person says they can bring that we're not looking at what they're bringing or not bringing, and that's a big part of the problem.
I agree. That's why I said you date.
I'm telling you. She be bringing that heat. Hey, Cliff, ain't nobody reading all that. Get on this panel. We ain't reading all that.
I was gonna put it up, but he literally going through all 5 P's and writing a dissertation.
Yeah, ain't nobody reading all that. You're gonna have to come up on this panel. I don't know what's up with Dr. Mia. She may be doing some. What time is it? She might have a client. All right. So, and Wayne, Nene, drop that link one more time so Wayne could come back in.
I'm here. I'm just listening because I don't want to take you guys off course because I have a completely different.
Go ahead before we get into the other story. Go ahead.
My spirit animal is here.
I think I've had this conversation with many people, mostly my couples. Is that relationships are a contract, right? So we enter the union.
Hey Doc, one second. Whoever this Jew is, I don't know who that is. I need you to just turn your camera on just so I can see you, and you can turn it right back off. All right, go ahead.
It might be Julia from Pour Your Heart Out.
Go ahead, Mia.
Relationships are, and it's not contractual in the terms of thinking about legal and ethics, but understanding that every time you come to the table,
okay, I got you.
Somebody that has lived a completely separate life from you, has had a completely separate existence, that you guys need to come to terms, right? There's this misconception that you owe me something and I owe you something. And I think that stems from the past narrative of what we've decided family structures look like. You should constantly be having a conversation with your significant other of your goals, your aspiration, your spiritual growth. Like, there has to be goals on the table. People are just doing this thing called relationship because it looks good, or it's a relationship goal, or it's something that they are aspiring to, because unfortunately they don't have a baseline. They don't have a reference point, and they're really just mimicking what they see. So even if you don't have a reference point, take the time to have the education to realize that we're going to constantly grow and move, and things are going to change. Change is inevitable. So yes, you may grow apart. That's if you never did any check-ins as the relationship progressed. And so it's important to do check-ins. It doesn't matter what stage of the relationship you're in, whether you're in the courting stage, the fiance stage, and the marriage stage. If you think that this person is solely responsible for meeting all of your needs, you are terribly wrong. That is too much pressure to put on one person, and it's too much of a burden to carry. You came in this world by yourself, and you leave it by yourself. So you need to be accountable for your needs and your wants, and know what that is. Because how can I give you what you want, and you don't know what you want?
Ooh.
So
It's a self-journey.
All of that with
Just,
more person and
just
more
so everybody knows, starting May 12th, y'all gonna be able to hear that on a regular basis because there's a new show. There's a new show coming to the Straight Talk Society entitled Straight Talk Therapy Sessions with Dr. Mia. So coming May 12th, she gonna be bumping out all type of content.
Just so
I'm bowing. Y'all can't see it. I'm bowing. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
No, it is an honor. I always say that. I told Trevor and Nene, I'm like, this thing is going to become epic, and I just know it's a huge responsibility for you guys to take on, and you have your own family structure in place, but you've answered the calling, and you have a community of people willing to go there with you. So we support you guys 1,000%, and we're looking forward to see where Straight Talk Society goes. Let's go.
We appreciate all of you. Thank you.
So Wayne, you back with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. All right. So y'all know Wayne. I mean, ain't no secret. Y'all know Wayne. What you got, Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might still be on the delay.
I'm
still on the delay.
I'm
still on the delay, man, but I'll try and make it work. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. You got 1 minute.
All right. So as far as Steve Harvey, man, Steve Harvey don't really speak for most. Yeah, Steve Harvey don't really speak for progressive thinking black men today. A lot of times when black men today, as black men step up and speak, and we are expressing ourselves. This just tells you, in history that black women and some black men do not understand our language. They don't understand our communication. So I understand when the man asking a woman, what is she bringing to the table? And I heard Shaka, I heard her response, and that's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for when the man asks that, I mean, specifically, I don't ask that, but I do understand who men ask that, and I respect that. What a man is asking for is that, listen,
oh, come on, Wayne.
Hey, hold on. What a man is asking for is like, okay, listen, I'm on this delay, man. I don't know what's going on. This delay is
Just talk.
Don't listen to yourself. Just talk.
Yeah, that's what he probably doing, listening to himself.
All right, so what a man is asking for a lot of times, he's like, all right, listen, when you coming into this relationship, are you willing to understand and do what it takes to fulfill my happiness? Not what you did for another man and how you made another man happy, or what you think is happy for me. No, are you willing to listen? Are you willing to comprehend and understand what I need as a man? And you willing to do that? Are you willing to make certain sacrifices? Are you willing to learn something new? And I mean that's what men are asking. We're not talking about. I mean that's kind of surface stuff with the cooking and all that stuff. But really, we just trying to see, hey, how compatible are you, and are you willing to work with us? If not, we'll move on.
Teach, black man.
Hopefully it's not centered around happiness, because nobody's responsible for your happiness but you.
No. See, I didn't say that. See, hold on. See, I didn't say that. Hold on. I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. No, see, here it is. See, I'm gonna tell you right now, that surface. Listen, this echo chamber ain't gonna work with me. Okay, there is no man looking for no man is looking for a woman to make him happy. We are masters of our own self. Okay, we make our own self happy. But what we're saying is, are you willing to add to that happiness? Not make me happy by what you did in your previous relationship or what you think is good for me. That's the game.
Go ahead, Shaka. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me just say this. When I was talking about what I bought the table, I was talking about the conversation that we were having in the relationship that I was in. He wasn't asking me like, "Hey, we're getting to know each other. What do you bring to the table?" He was legit. We were already years in this relationship, and we were having an argument about something, and that's when he spewed out, "What do you bring to the table?" And then I went down the list and realized I bought it. But I do agree with you when you're saying in the beginning and you're dating and you're communicating. Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind you asking me that question. I mean, I don't like the question like, Bridget was saying, I don't care for the question, but I get what you're saying. I can tell you what qualities you're looking for in a relationship, what qualities I would need. Thirdly, let me say this. I don't think most of you men on this panel have really had a real conversation with some of the men that are out here in this world.
I have.
Because they are literally looking for a woman to make them happy. They are literally looking for a woman to take care of them.
I agree.
Shaka, you ever heard of birds of a feather flock together?
I can't hear.
Man. Go ahead. You ever heard the saying birds of a feather flock together? So we're not. I would click up with Mike. I would click up with Wayne. I would click up with Ricardo because we're like-minded people. So we're not going to have those type of conversations. Go ahead, Mike. And then after that, we're going to let Sister Noble jump in. Go ahead, Mike.
I would like you to understand that the last thing you said, the other side is also true. You ladies, I hear women speak, and they speak as if all the women in the world are really honorable, or all the women in the world are really like we're really trying. They're trying to be good, and I'm not saying you, ma'am.
I know.
Okay. I'm sorry. But women speak like, because I say it all the time. It's my phrase. Women are not a monolith. But what I do need women to remember is what you said earlier. You were like, who you were yesterday is not who you are today. Well, for men, who I was yesterday is who I am today. So you have to acknowledge that it's a lot more difficult for us to deal with you than for you to deal with us, because we don't change that much. I tell people all the time, if you give a woman a perfect house on March 1st, 2010, by March 2nd, 2020, she's gonna be like, man, this shit trash, bro. I can't say, but it was perfect 5 years ago. Nah, man, I hate everything about this room. Like, that's just how women are. You guys can't see the same thing too much. Not every woman, I gotta say that. But the majority of women don't like monotony. They want excitement, or they want something different, or they want to feel an experience. And that's cool. But we not like that. When we find something that makes us, if I like hamburgers, guess what? I'm gonna like hamburgers at 60. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to like wake up and go, oh, my life is horrible without chicken cordon bleu. Like, it don't work like that. But to be with a woman, you have to be like that. Because a woman, you could take a woman to a 5-star restaurant. It's like, yo, this is the flyest thing ever. In 3 years, she can't stand that place. So all I'm saying is, please, I need you all to acknowledge that you are difficult to be with sometimes. It's hard for us, especially with us being more logical. So I need you to help us. Help me. Help me.
Can I interject after
Please interject, Dr. Leah, please.
After I think Trevor said somebody else was gonna speak.
Yeah, after you, then let Sister Noble. Yeah, let Sister Noble get in after you. Go ahead, Doc.
So there's this old saying: if you give a woman a house, she'll make it a home. If you give a woman a sperm, she produces a child. Like, from a genetic standpoint, we weren't created to do what you want us to do. There has to be a balance. There has to be a one of the species that operate differently. That is the idea of why we are two separate people. We see the world through a completely different lens. And you really shouldn't want us to see the world through your exact lens. It is very important that if you bring me to a house that I make it a home, because that is the vantage point of what a woman brings to the table. I always advise my clients when men say that their women are too emotional and women are this and women are that. And I say, wait a minute, sir. Do you understand the pulse of what a woman has to be in connection with to carry a child for 9 months and understand that when that child moves left or moves right, doesn't move for a certain amount of time? You have to be so in tune with who you are as a human being, as a species that brings forth life to bring that life forward. So the emotional part of a woman is warranted. It's part of what is needed in order for her to do her assignment, just a basic assignment, baseline. So understand, we will never be what you want us to be, and we can't subscribe to that because that wasn't our genetic makeup. And you're absolutely right. I will definitely come into this house, and then 5 years later, I want to knock this wall down. I need to change these floors. This ain't working. That ain't working. Because you give me a house, I'm gonna make it a home. And I might we do it every 5 years, but it's gonna be our home. I need you to just go with me.
Did you notice she didn't answer nothing? All I asked for was some help. I said, "Help me." I didn't say that women kind of crazy. I said, "Help me be easier, make it easier for me to be with you." That's all I said.
Open your mind, man. Open your mind.
I ain't even got nothing on the hat. It's open.
We're gonna let Sister Noble get in, and then Ricardo, you've been quiet, so you're gonna jump in after that, and then I promise we're gonna go to the next story because I ain't gonna get caught up for a whole another hour like normal. So what's up, Sister Noble?
I mean, I don't know what I can add to this conversation because I just actually ended emotional ties with a narcissist. So I don't know what the hell I can add to this conversation because I actually just ended like emotional ties to a narcissist. So it was something. It was something. No, for real. It was something that kept me emotionally connected to a narcissist, and I got to work on that. I got to work on me because I should have been. This narcissist off. I should have been cut his ass off. I should have cut. Well, first of all, somebody is stalking me, and I call him my stalker. He is my stalker, and he is a narcissist. So
what makes him a narcissist?
Yeah, well, what makes a narcissist? What does make a narcissist?
I'm asking you because I hear women call men narcissists every 5 minutes. Don't know what a narcissist is.
Well, first of all, a narcissist is somebody who doesn't have empathy for others. Somebody who lacks empathy. Yes. Somebody who, I'm trying to get something to eat. Somebody who lacks empathy for other people. That's a narcissist to me.
I'm sorry to make you think you get no food, boo boo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Don't go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
Ricardo, jump in.
Hey, give me a cheeseburger.
Okay, I'll get you one.
Thank you.
All right, so you ain't got nothing to add, Ricardo?
That is
all right. So let me listen to Mike. All right, so let's get to the main event that everybody came here for.
Wait, can I do the definition, which is a person that is excessive intrinsic admiration of themselves, just so that we make sure it's clear. Excessive admiration of themselves. You could be talking about the clouds in the sky, and somehow the conversation turns around to be about them, of how prolific they are as they correlate with the colors of the sky, and it matches their eyes. Everything leads and ends with them. It doesn't matter. You could be cramping, like you could be in the middle of sex, cramping, and he's gonna somehow blame the cramping on you, and then somehow find a way to tell you that it's your fault that the sex sucks because you are now cramping and you don't feel good. It doesn't matter. It's always about them. Somehow the conversation always circles back to them.
I mean, her body was cramping because it was letting her know she wasn't stepping up to the plate. That was my impersonation of a narcissist.
So Mia, you know the story of narcissists, right? Like he was looking at his own reflection in the water or something to that effect, and he was so beautiful that he drowned, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, he was so enamored by his own reflection that he drowned. All right, so we're gonna get into the main event. So everybody, let me share my screen.
I don't know if this dude is taking anything serious. I mean, he seems you know, like he doesn't take none of this serious to me. But it's serious to me. You know, the situation is very serious. Okay, so
is she talking about me?
Yeah, the
No, man.
situation is very serious to me. Okay.
Is she talking about me?
But that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead and do you. Okay. You have a good day.
Wait,
is she talking about me?
Wait, is she? I don't know.
Go ahead and have a good day. Go ahead and have a good day.
Oh, nah.
I'm lost.
What are you talking about, Mike? Oh,
wow.
I guess I don't know. All right, well, let me
not driven by emotions. I'm tripping.
Let me get to the let me get to the next main event.
Hold up, please 1 second, sir. Was I rude?
No.
You were being yourself, Mike.
And I think that it's a serious situation that she's going through with it, and she thought that you were just making fun or making light of it.
No,
you weren't being rude. No, you weren't being rude.
No, you weren't.
She just took it as you making fun of her situation, but it's a serious situation that she's going through.
Okay, I asked a literal serious question.
Maybe she didn't want to be questioned. Maybe she just wanted to state her opinion.
She just wanted to get it out uninterrupted, man. That's why I say
you come on a panel and talk about your being
you're in the wrong place for that.
Come on.
All right, let's refocus.
All right, let me
let's go.
Hold on, let me get my next thing out, man.
You good, Mike?
Y'all see this?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the main event.
I will not ask you to indict men in this question, but I do want you to speak, Ayanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources. They're not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus. If he owns it, if he owns the bus,
that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus. If he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus.
I know that you said that you cannot teach a man or tell.
All right, now hold on. All right, so we got enough of that. I'm glad I had to stop it because I don't want to get my channel struck. I don't really know how much of this stuff I could play with, get away with it. All right. So we're gonna there's a lot to unpack there. And before anybody says anything, who all on the panel saw the Breakfast Club interview?
I did.
So the majority of us saw the majority of us saw the Breakfast Club interview. Who all saw this full interview in context?
I did not.
I saw the full interview.
I did. I heard her speak about the context of it.
Okay. So here's what's going on, because I do this a lot. Hold on. Let me hold on. All right. What's up, Sister Noble? Oh, what happened? Noble, what's up? Unmute yourself. All right. So this is what we call, this is in the content creation, what you call shock jock. I'm very famous for doing this when we do podcasts. When me and Wayne did the podcast, I would always pick out the worst shit that Wayne said with no context at all, and I just put it out there because I know all the women are gonna be like, "Oh, I want to kill Wayne." But then when they hear the show, they're like, "Damn, Wayne make a lot of sense." I do that with Michael. I pick out all the worst shit that Michael says. And then they like, man, I can't stand Michael. But then when they listen to it, they're like, boy, they're like,
feel like, man, I can't stand Michael.
We still be like, man, we can't stand Michael.
They'd be like, man, Michael make a lot of sense. So this particular part of this video, they knew exactly what they were going to do because they were going to get conversations like this. So I know Dr. Mia, oh boy, oh my goodness, boy, we about to get rowdy on this. All right, so we haven't reached the max on the panel. Yeah, so we have reached the max. First time ever we had 10 people on the panel.
I'm on the top row.
So this is completely taken out of context. So I will, because I know Dr. Mia made the point that, oh, you all need to go back and listen to it, blah 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 blah. We don't have the luxury of doing that, so we have to somebody's got to mute. We don't have the luxury of doing it, so we got to react in real time. That's just how social media works, unfortunately. So first of all, I want to hear from Sister Noble. Sister Noble, he didn't mean anything. I'm gonna tell you, I know Michael forever.
Yeah, I came back on the panel. I just came back on the panel because I felt like, okay, that was very disrespectful. I was trying to, get my thoughts across, and then he interrupted me. And I didn't take it as anything that we should be joking about my situation. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. I'm dead serious about what I said. He is my stalker. Okay, and I just actually ended emotional ties with this asshole. Okay, with this narcissist, and you're making fun of it like it's a joke. Like you're
Michael,
making
just
fun
let
of
her get it out, man. Let her get it out.
It's not anything funny about this shit. So, I felt offended about that, and that's why I dropped down earlier. But I came back up here to address it, and I'm not trying to chew your head off, Mike. I'm not. It's just a very serious situation. Okay, and I don't see anything funny about it. So that's all I had to say. I'm done.
Am I allowed to retort?
Go ahead, sir. I mean, say what you got to say.
Number one, I don't believe I laughed at anything you said.
Okay.
Number two,
all right.
No, hold on. I was quiet. Hold on. I did not make fun of you having a stalker. The only thing I did was ask a question, and the question I asked was, "Do you know what a narcissist is?" Because a lot of women
know what a narcissist is.
I was quiet when you were talking. I did not cut you off because a lot of people I hear speak call people narcissists and they don't know what it means. When you started listing off things that were narcissist, I actually said, yes, you're correct. That is right. That is right also. And then when you stopped talking, Dr. Mia listed off the rest of them. I did not laugh. I do not laugh at trauma. I've gone through enough in my life to know not to laugh at trauma. I'm sorry you took it that way. And I know people say you're not supposed to apologize like that, but I don't think I did anything wrong because I did not laugh at you. But if you feel like I did, I'm not going to fight you on it. But I've never been the type of person to laugh at somebody's pain. I've never been that dude.
Okay.
So, all right. So it's just a misunderstanding. All right. We can move on from that. Yeah, you don't have to go nowhere though, Sister Noble. You could feel free to contribute. What's up, Q?
I'll get off if she wants to panel. I'll step off for a minute.
Nah, man, come on, man. What you talking about?
I'm saying you got like mad people. I ain't trying to.
Oh no, we good. Wait, how much we got?
We're good.
Yeah, we good.
Hi,
Q, come on. What's up? What's up?
Hey.
What's up? I'm free from parenting right now, so.
Oh, okay.
Turn up.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Is 10 of us on here. So me and Nene not really gonna say anything about this, but we're gonna rotate. So I'm gonna start with Shaka, Michael, then I'm gonna go to Wayne and Queen B. I'm gonna let Sister Noble, Ricardo, Dr. Mia, and then Q. You got like 90 seconds, and then we'll do some crosstalk to what when you hear that clip, and we're just talking about the clip right now. We'll bring up the Breakfast Club stuff afterwards. But you just hear this clip right now. What's your immediate reaction? Go ahead, Shaka.
So when I initially heard the clip, I literally felt like, in the words of Bobby Brown, it's my prerogative. I can do what I want to do. Why do we care? Why do we care who she chooses to date and who not to date? Why is this such an issue? Why do we care? She's a black woman. She's a woman. She has the right to change her mind if she wants to. She can date a 9 to 5. She can date a whomever. But I just feel like when the focus is on black women and who we're dating, the first thing is, if I say, oh, I'm only dating guys who drive this particular car or who work at this particular or who has this kind of financial status, then all of a sudden, homegirl, you need to humble yourself. You need to chill out. You need to check your surroundings. You need to this. You need to that. Why? If this is what I want, I can better my education. I can better my job placement. I can better my professional career, but I can't better the type of man that I choose to date, because I've dated that 9 to 5 guy. I've dated that whoever worker or who's not at the tip top or the owner of the bus company. I've dated that bus driver and they ain't crap. So if I choose to elevate myself in a relationship with a different type of person, why is it y'all business? Why do we care?
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
I find it funny because this is coming from the same people who, when a black man back in the day said, I only like white women, they blew up and couldn't wait to crucify him on TV or in chat rooms. What kind of man want to date? You don't love your mama if she can't wear your comb, all that foolishness. What my problem really is with it, I don't care who you want to date. You want to date, whatever, cool. But if you look at the video, you see the face she made when she was thinking about dating a bus driver. It wasn't, no, I'll probably date that. It was this. If you own the company, it was disgust. Now, you can go back and watch it. Y'all ain't got to believe me. I've seen it about 50 times. It was disgust on her face. And right before she said that, she was talking about income. She was talking about, what was she saying? She was saying virality and as far as moving up financially. That's cool. But if you women are going to start doing that, you're basically trying to say you're moving like men. And if you're going to move like men, you're going to get the same treatment men get. When men only go for certain types of women, they get treated like trash for it. They get called dogs for it. They get called pigs when they're misogynistic. That's what they get called. So if you want to be that, cool. But we're going to call you the same names. I'm going to call you the same thing. Just don't cry about it. I don't want to hear a woman say, I can't date the bus driver, then cry about I can't find love. You don't want love. You want the bag. Shut your ass up, get the bag, and get the hell out the way for people that actually want love. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm going to humble myself, because if I go too hard, they're going to say I'm hurt.
Go ahead, Queen
Got
B.
a tissue?
There you go. There you go. I told you.
You brought it up.
Go ahead, Queen B. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I need a napkin.
Who's up?
Queen B. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
I'm sorry. I forgot I muted myself because my son got in the car making noise. Solely from the clip, my immediate thought process was, I don't care who this woman dates. Whatever floats her boat is whatever floats her boat. Thinking how I would respond to that question, it's so, everything is just so middle of the road. It's no definite left or right with me when it comes to stuff like that. But Mike, to say, like, okay, not even just to single you out, love is not enough for anything. Love itself cannot sustain a relationship. Love cannot pay bills and do everything that's needed. So love solely is not enough. That is not to say that you should judge a person based on what they earn. But I'm just gonna stick to that clip, because the Breakfast Club interview was, she went somewhere else. So just from that clip, I don't disagree with her, because that's her opinion. That's it.
All right, Ricardo.
Yes, sir. So let me give some context because I saw the majority of the clip or the majority of the interview with Ayana. The problem I have with her in general, Ebony King, is that when she disclosed the whole thing, like when the reason why Ayana asked her would she date a bus driver is because she was saying something to the effect of, oh, well, the men nowadays don't want to step up to leadership roles, and she went on to something else where she was talking about how women now have to be like men Like she's saying like women have to be alpha males. And my problem with the issue that I have with her stating what she stated was that it seems to me she is coming from a hurt place. From what I recollect with what she was saying once upon a time, she said she grew up with a single mom. That's fine. She also mentioned once upon a time as well that she was dating this white man. Nowhere in the video did she ever disclose that this was about a black man. Then all of a sudden, the following day, it turned into, oh, I was talking about the brothers and the black men, and it had nothing. What you said was you were dating across the color line. So how did we jump to, oh, it's about black? I was talking about my brothers being, I can't accept mediocrity, and I can't accept that. It had nothing to do with that. Well, if you're gonna step in the doodle, and then say, all right, I'm gonna wipe my shoes off afterwards because I stepped in the filth. She was completely out of line. And the other issue I had with her is that if you're looking for love, you're 30. I think she said she's turning 40 in September, is what she stated. If you're looking for love, you can't then say, oh, I'm woman, I'm independent, I want to do all of this. At the same time, you have to come to the table and submit at the same time, because she said, I've been dating for the longest time and have yet to find love, and I've yet to find the man of my dreams and whatnot. Then what are you not doing different? That's what I'm trying to understand. What is she not doing for you to spew all that diatribe and then want to then come on the Breakfast Club and say, oh, you guys were saying a whole bunch of stuff about me, and these are the women that are doing this and the men that are da-da-da-da. You were the one that came on and said it, and why Ayana said it to you in general. This me seeing when she said, oh, the bus driver, would you date a bus driver? Is because the way she was speaking is as if she wanted Ayana to agree with her. Ayana was like, no, I'm gonna put you in your place, because nowhere would, like, what is wrong with dating a bus driver? What would be wrong with you dating somebody who is in the sanitary industry, like someone picks up garbage? Nothing wrong, because what Ayana then said was, oh, but I have my coins, but I don't mind. I wouldn't mind dating a man that buys drives a bus. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you need to you need to compromise and then stay, because you can't be the alpha male and then he is the alpha male. It won't work. And that's what it sounded like to me, was what she was, she was trying to say. Oh, I did this, and when I was growing up with my mom, I never saw her be the wife. I never saw her be the this and that. So I'm saying to myself, she's coming from a hurt place. And if you listen to her when she did the whole smirk with her face thing, that's why a lot of people are upset with her, because they were like, oh, you're looking down on the people. You're looking down on black men, but you didn't state it in the context of how you stated. You said, oh, I'm stating about the color lines, but then she jumped to, oh, I'm talking about my brothers out there. When was the last time did she ever mention she dated the black men, is what I wanted to find out from her, because it didn't sound like she did. It sounded like she dated white men only, and it's only white rich men that you date. And then you want to come and say, oh, but none of the brothers that I've dated, they don't have money, and that's what it sounded like to me. So it's one or two things. You're gonna make up your mind and say, I want a man that I could depend on, because she said, I want to be protected. You feel me? You want to be protected, you want to be loved, you want to do all this. You got to be soft and pink inside, but at the same time, you can't then say, oh, I'm going to be independent, I want to be it's like you sound like you want to be the alpha male in the relationship. You can't be both. You can't be both. You have to be one or two things. It's either you're going to come to the table and be like, all right, I'm going to compromise. I'm going to be a little bit, yes, I can listen to what he's saying, but at the same time, I don't need to be defensive and be all rah, rah, rah. Like, that's not going to help you, because then you're spewing your diatribe now, like you sound like you wanted people to agree with you. It doesn't help you in this context. And that's why a lot of people jumped on her for it. So now when she realized the black community wasn't having her back, so to speak, she's now saying, oh, you guys are taking me out of context and I'm gonna cry wolf. No, you said what you said. You said it wrong. You stepped in the doo-doo, wipe your foot off. That's all right.
What's up? What's that, St. Louis? Yeah, Ricardo went off because Ricardo been meaning to get on this panel about 20 shows ago. So he had to get his shit off. So go ahead real quick, Mike.
I'm just saying he agreed with me. But one real quick thing. I never said love pays the bills. But if you're not starting with love, what's the point?
I agree.
All right.
Go ahead, Q.
Hey yo, Q.
Okay. Hey yo, what's up?
What's up?
Okay, so here is my stance based off of the clip, and I actually watched the whole Breakfast Club first, and then I was intrigued about about everything, and then I watched the clip afterwards. But um, I'm with Shaka. It's none of my business. I do think she does have an elitist attitude, but at the end of the day, she's in a different tax bracket. So I wouldn't expect for her to be dating someone that's a garbage man or a postal worker or nothing like that. So, if that's what she chooses to do, that's her business. That's her prerogative. But I wouldn't expect for her to date someone, a blue collar worker. Now, on the other end, based off of the clip, she did give me an elitist attitude. She gave me as if the garbage man is beneath her. And at the end of the day, these are the people, if she's an attorney, who could possibly be paying her salary because they're probably seeking, if that's what she practices. There probably will possibly be seeking her, her services because of whatever reasons. I don't know what she practiced as far as her, her background is concerned, but she did give off an elitist attitude as if, blue collar workers are beneath her. I do believe that, based off of what she was saying in the interview as far as her mother, and she's never seen this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, how can you define something that you've never seen? It's an assumption. It's what you want. So it's a preference. And which she has a right to have a preference. Everyone has a right to have a preference. But at the end of the day, your preference should not come off of you looking down at someone. Okay. It's okay for you to say, hey, that's just not, that's not my thing. This is what I'm looking for. But to make it seem as though that, if you own the company, whoa, that's a bit much. So what you're trying to say, whereas, hell, I know postal workers who make more money than I do, and I got a 4 years soon to be a master's degree as well. So who am I to sit here and look down at their profession? And it's a noble profession. It's something that we need. So it's a career that's needed. And who am I to sit here? But at the end of the day, it's her business. It's her preference. If that's what she chooses, I mind my business. Go on about your business. Do whatever you want. But I wouldn't expect for her to date a garbage man because her tax bracket does not give me garbage man vibes.
So tax bracket is important now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you are around who so I dated, I dated someone that played in the NBA. I dated somebody that played in the NFL. I've dated somebody, my daughter is from a guy that played in Major League Baseball. At the end of the day, it's not like I can sit here and say, oh, my tax bracket is this. No, that's not my tax bracket. My tax bracket is, whoever makes between this amount and that amount. But I mean, if a dude that's he's making 6 figures plus that want to talk to me, and he's somebody that I want to date, okay, cool. But for her, she's an attorney.
But don't look down on people.
You should stay in your place.
You should say do what? I'm sorry. I
didn't
hear what you said.
Stay in your place.
Who gonna stay in who place?
I said you should stay. He's out of your tax bracket. You should stay in your tax bracket place.
But I don't date because of tax bracket, boo boo. I don't date people because of their tax bracket. So I'm saying on her, I personally wouldn't say if she decided to date garbage man, that's her business. Who am I to sit here and tell her, oh girl, he make too much, girl, you make too much for him. No, if that's who you care about and y'all got a good vibe and it works for y'all, do you, boo? I'm just saying is if I was to see her at some type of an event, my assumption would be the dude she's with is not in her tax bracket. That's what I'm saying, because you don't see, movie stars, hanging out in the corners with people they grew up with. No, they hang out with people who are like them.
That's not true, but I think it's gross.
Okay, but I listen. I don't have the energy to deal with you today, so move forward.
All right, real quick.
I feel like that sometimes.
Real quick, St. Louis. We're talking about the Eboni K comment. All right, Wayne, what you got?
I got some energy pills for you.
Yeah, black men shouldn't care. Black men shouldn't give a shit about a woman's preferences. Black men, stop letting women validate you. Okay, if she don't want to date a man that make 40 racks, then let that be. You know why? Because I want to be able to say, I don't want to date a woman with a wig, or I don't want to date a woman with a BBL. I don't want to date a woman. So let her have her preference. Just tell me who not, just don't tell me who not to date. If I don't want to date a big girl, don't say I'm fat shaming. You say you don't want to date a man making 40 racks, fair enough. The market gonna decide anyway. Miss K, I believe she was already engaged to a CEO or CFO of a company. A white man didn't work out.
Yeah. He left.
Here's the flaw in her thinking. Ready? Oh, if he owned the bus. So what does that mean? Because he owned the bus, the business is successful. You see the flaws in their thinking? That doesn't necessarily mean the business is successful because you're the owner of the business. Over 50% of businesses fail. You understand what I'm saying? So listen, black men out there on the panel, wherever you at, I'm just speaking in general. Let these women have their preferences, bro. Because guess what? The market is going to decide. Let them go ahead and go for the man with the 100 racks. Let them go for it. If that's what they want to do, because guess what? I want to have my preferences and I don't want nobody to say nothing about what I prefer. See, here's the problem. Black men want to play a zero-sum game. They want to play winners take all. They want to have their preferences. You know, I don't want no scrubs. Scrubs is a guy that can't get nothing from me, right? TLC. But as soon as a man say, and everybody cheer, everybody clapping. Oh, yeah, girl, that's right, girl. We don't want no scrub. All right, fair enough. As soon as a man say, you know what? I don't want a dark-skinned chick. I want a light-skinned chick. I want a white girl. Or I want this girl. Here we go. You fat shaming. See, they want to control speech from black men, but they don't want to be controlled. That's the problem. That's what all this is all about. Really, at the end of the day, that's what a lot of this is all about. Women
That
want to
is
say,
so inaccurate.
No, hold. No.
You know, this to scream to a world that this is what you want, but doesn't you don't have to put down.
I didn't cut
black
nobody
women.
off.
Yeah, no. Hold on.
Well, I'm cutting you off anyway.
No, hold
So
on.
at the end of the day, you don't have to put someone down.
I stay respectful, Q.
No, Q, hold on.
You can tell people.
I stay respectful.
Hold on.
You can
hold on.
say.
Q, I stay
We'll come
respectful.
back around.
Q, I stay respectful now.
Yeah, Q, hold on. I said this from the beginning. Don't cut anybody off.
Yeah, like this. If we sharing content and we on the panel, then let it be.
Yeah, you'll get your chance to rebut them uninterrupted.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm here for it. I mean, shit, I ain't going nowhere.
Go ahead and finish.
Yeah, Wayne gonna fit in perfect around here.
Anyways, like I was saying,
like,
you don't. The difference between
I wasn't done.
when
Q, I wasn't done. Can I finish?
I thought you were done. My bad.
No, sweetie, I ain't done yet. Let me just wrap up. I just want to say this. All right, at the end of the day, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it again. And I'm just speaking out there to black men. When I talk to black men, we doing barbershop talk. All right. Listen, it's a new time. The game is changing. Regardless of women like it or not. Black men are waking up. We recognizing different things, and we just changing the game. Women changed the game a couple years ago in the women's movement, and we cheered y'all on. And it worked for y'all. Now we're looking at some things and saying, hey, you know what? Some things ain't working for us, and we want to change the game a little bit. Allow us to do that. That's all I'm saying. You want your preferences? You don't want to date a guy making 40 rats? Cool. But let me have my preferences, and we everybody do their thing and be happy. That's it. Go ahead, Q.
Church.
Yeah. Well, I think the issue that black women have is when black men say that they can have their preferences, but you don't have to put down black women because of that. So if you don't want to date a black woman, cool, date a white woman. But you don't have to sit here and say, oh, well, black women do this and black women, the generalization, that's where black women have the problem at. If you want to date a white woman, a Hispanic woman,
the context of what I was trying to say. You're trying to make an argument, okay?
I'm not trying to make an argument. I'm making
to give you is a thinking.
You can sit here and cut a whole scream and shout about cutting me off, about me cutting you off, and you doing the same thing.
You got it wrong. You got it wrong, but fair enough.
Okay, but I'm telling you what I'm telling you about what black women, not a black man. I'm telling you what black women think. That's what I'm doing. I can't tell you what a black man thinks. Why? Because I'm not a black man. I'm telling you what a black woman thinks. And that's the problem that I have with you personally is because you think you can think for a black woman when you ain't
Never
one.
said that. Well, anybody said I thought for anybody. Did I give a black woman's perspective anywhere?
And
anybody?
I didn't, but I'm telling you from black woman perspective. I ain't telling
I
you
ain't
from
never
black
said
man
when.
perspective. I'm
No,
telling
no, we
you
talking about
from
right
a black
now.
Keep it
woman
strictly to the
perspective.
conversation.
Anyways,
All right, go ahead.
Strictly
but I'm
to the
going off of what
conversation.
my rebuttal to you is the fact that as a black woman, I personally, and I know many other black women who do not care who people date. If you want to date a Hispanic, a woman that's Chinese or whatever, date them. But you don't have to put down black women to do that. So
Who
if you
put
want to
black
date a
women
Chinese
down?
woman,
Who
Hispanic,
put black women down?
we
Nobody
have
put black
so
women down.
many we have so many examples of professional men who decided to date outside of their race, and their reasoning for dating outside of the race is because they don't like black women, because black women is this and black women is that. Versus if you just say, hey, I like this woman because of who she is and what she's done for me and what we've done together, and go from there. But you don't have to sit here and say, oh, because black women got an attitude, or they want to do this and they got that. And it come on, it date again, preference is a preference. Everyone is allowed to have a preference. But you don't have to put down the whole entire
Who I put down?
species of black woman. I'm not talking to you, Rain.
She's not
Oh,
talking
okay. You're not talking to me. Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry.
Can I ask a question
Go
to the
ahead.
panel?
Go ahead.
Okay.
And then Mike, you got it.
To you guys, is there a difference between saying, I don't want to date someone who makes under a certain amount of money because of the lifestyle that I want us to live, versus saying, I don't want to date someone based on their skin complexion?
No. There's no difference.
Yeah, no, there's no difference in that.
The only difference is
I'm asking.
Right, I'm answering. The only thing is
I want talking to you then, bro.
Oh, the question was for me?
How you gonna ask a
No.
question?
The question was asked to the panel, to everyone.
Yeah, she asking everybody.
And also, we didn't get to everybody with the initial question also about the clip. I don't think Dr. Mia got a chance to speak.
Yeah, because she said she had to switch her phone.
But I think she switched it.
I switched.
She did.
But listen, I want you guys to look at that comment in the chat, because this is what I wanted to get to. Because we always say at the end of the day, we don't care, we don't care, we don't care. But guess what? Your kids care. Your kids the one watching. Look at that comment in the chat, because y'all never seem to care about the kids. It's always about in the immediacy. Oh, I don't care what they doing. I don't care who dates. But y'all have y'all kids, and I'm not talking about y'all. I'm just saying in general, y'all have y'all kids looking at these people as role models.
Bro, not just the kids, bro. They got the other women that are coming up. The other women that see that and think, she's like, why do you have to downplay women? What you think Shorty's saying, I wouldn't date a bus driver? What you think that is? That's putting down men. But when she does that, it's her preference. She could do what she want. But if a black man say, well, then I don't want to date no dark women, it's why are you putting black women down? Y'all can't have it both ways. Pick a side.
You
Pick a side. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Hold up.
It's not our.
Go ahead.
Yeah, right. It's not our. The thing about the kids is this. I will say this. I can't speak for all black women. I am not our representation. But for me in my house, I will say this. When it came to dating, when I was not in a relationship, it was just because we're dating, that does not mean that you are privy to get to meet my child. Yeah, you know she exists, but you don't get to meet her. You don't have no influence on her unless I choose to have that influence on you. And maybe at the time, you know, this bus driver was a great example for her. You know, he gets up, he go to work every day. You know, he does his job. People got to get from point A to point B and back to point A, and that's what he does. You know, he has a great benefit plan or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what I wanted for her at the age of 7, right? Now that she's 23 and I choose to date somebody that has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures, it doesn't mean that bus driver wasn't a good representation, just like the CEO or the CFO or, you know, whatever the owner of Mars is. Doesn't mean that he's not a great representation. Everything changes. People change. Change is inevitable.
Did you say the owner of Mars?
Yes, the owner of Mars.
You my dog. I fuck with you. That was funny.
Can I
Yes.
before we go way left field?
Yes.
The owner of Mars.
So
You sound far though.
I'm about to turn her mic up.
Oh shit!
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
This is very interesting because when I heard the clip, it's crazy because I've had one of those experiences. I remember being in my 20s and I was on Black People Meet. Shout out to Black People Meet.
Right next to Black Planet.
I was on Black Planet.
I remember being on Black People Meet, and I started talking to this guy in North Carolina. He was from the Carolinas, maybe Virginia, and he said, you know, and I was talking to him for a while. You know, you start with the chat. You know, we did slow progression back in the day. We had to start with the chat, then we moved to exchanging numbers, and you know, so we got to the point where we were talking, and I remember him having a conversation, and he told me he drove a Greyhound bus. And he told me, and then he said his grandfather drove it, his father drove it. And, you know, all he's ever aspired to do is drive a Greyhound bus. And I didn't have the same question now, but I asked him, I was like, do you ever aspire to do anything else? Is that it for you? And he was like, yeah, that's it. That's all I ever wanted to do. And needless to say, we did not continue our relationship. Because for me, it wasn't about the job. It was about his ambition. Because I know where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do with my future. Because I was 19. At 19, I bought my first house, my first condo. So in an effort to make sure that I'm not unequally yoked as it relates to what I wanted in the progression in my life, because I don't want anybody to feel like they're trying to catch up with me or I'm pushing them too hard, or, you know, like there's just this discord that happens when one person wants to continue growing and the other person is completely content. Because I always tell people unequally yoked does not just mean the Bible. There are many factors that goes into play when you're talking about being equally yoked with somebody. So no, we didn't have the same vision. We didn't have the same aspiration. It wasn't solely both based on the fact that he was just a bus driver, but that's all he ever wanted to do. And I wasn't moving to North Carolina. I'm a city girl. I want to be in Miami. But no, I remember having that conversation. So when I heard that, at first the knee-jerk reaction is to feel judged and everything, but I always tell people, like, you only hurt from a place that's been hurt. You've had those experiences. Like when you talk about being hurt based on something a public stranger said and it moves you in a certain way, it's because they're peeling back a wound or addressing something that has not been addressed or has been there before. Because really, I don't give a damn who she dates, who she doesn't date. It's not of interest to me. Her life will not directly impact my life ever, you know? So when I first heard the initial clip, that was my initial response. I'm like, oh, and then I was like, I don't really care. But then I guess we'll get into the part where we talked about what she talked about contextually in the bigger message as it relates to high expectations and where we sit in the job market and, you know, what we want for Black society. That's different because I think she did switch up her narrative and what she talked about, what her focus was when she realized the angle, and that she was really caught off guard, because y'all know Inyana will set you up and serve you on a platter. You understand what I'm saying? I know y'all have watched Fix My Life. She will serve you up, and that's exactly what she did. But she did leave herself wide open.
All right, I want. Are you done, Doc?
Yes, thank you so much.
I want to say this real quick, because she did kind of double down on the Breakfast Club interview. Yeah. So here's my quick thing about it. When I first saw the clip, I was like, who cares? Like, honestly, when I saw it, I was like, I don't care. What made me, and Nene will tell you, she can show you the message if you want to see. I was like, I said, this woman is an elitist. Like when I heard her on the Breakfast Club. See, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem if somebody says I don't want to be with this person. I don't want to do that. Because just like Wayne says, I have a preference. I have a type of woman that I like, and that's okay. I'm not every woman's cup of tea, and every woman isn't my cup of tea. So it's okay to have a preference. But what it was, we talking about back in the day, Nene, back in the day. But here's my issue. Is her looking down on the profession of the people that are buying her books, that are using her service. That's why I could agree 100% with what Q was saying. And to me, she just comes off as an elitist, someone who was hurt in the past. Maybe the Black men picked on her, but she plays to the bigger point of having that slave mentality. Like these Black women and not all. I got to do my Jesse Lee Peterson. But these black women who were sleeping in the chambers with the slave master, giving up all the secrets. And she plays to that dynamic that she can come out. I always say this on all my shows. Black women are the only group of women that'll get on public platforms and ridicule their men.
Yeah.
You don't see that from anybody else. And that's why we're talking about it. You ask the question, who cares? Why are we talking about it? We're talking about it because for too long we kept our goddamn mouth shut. And that's why we're in the position that we are in now. Is because of this, because we've been quiet for so long. Some black women and a lot of black men have this slave mentality that they kiss up the master so much that they'll denigrate their entire race just so white people will look at them and say, and let them in the club, to give them a seat at the damn table. Mm-hmm. I'm done. I'm done. Who got it?
Trevor.
I'm not gonna say I apologize.
Go ahead, Nene. Nene on the boards.
I'm good.
Right.
Hey, Trevor.
Yes, sir.
Was I picked on in school?
Nah, you was a good cracker. I don't think you was picked on.
You were probably picking on people.
Yeah, you used to crack on people a lot.
I believe that.
Please tell Shaka that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Tell me what?
That I wasn't picked on. I saw your little musty finger.
What's this comment from Kevin? I
saw your little musty finger.
Put
Y'all
this
get along right now. Stop.
Okay.
See? And Kevin, if you want to come on the panel to later to kind of preview your conversation with Dr. Mia for this Friday, feel free. Kevin says, do women weigh the perception of lack of ambition against someone comfortable in execution of their passion and interest? See, Kevin gonna be a good ass conversation. Kevin be bringing that heat.
Bro, I could have swore I said that.
Kevin bring that goddamn heat all the time.
That's why I said that. I said either you're gonna choose the bag, or all right, never mind. Go ahead. When we gonna get to the Breakfast Club?
All right, so let's get to the I thought I segued to the Breakfast Club because the Breakfast Club interview, I think she made herself look worse than the initial comment. Because to me, she just doubled down. Go ahead, Mike.
I want to say this one thing because the second I heard it, I thought something, right? And I want all of you to go back, right? You know, after Envy got on her, right? And her Envy was going back and forth. After Envy got on her and she started going off, she sounded exactly like Kevin Samuels. Go back and listen to it. When she started defining average. Average means this. It doesn't mean anything negative. It means she sounded exactly like Kevin Samuels. Go back and listen to it. When I was listening to it, I was like, oh, shit. This is female KS in this. Like, I was blown because I was like, oh, okay, I see what she's trying to go. Now, don't get me wrong. She tried to twist that shit. She tried to act like she wasn't talking down on black people. She knows she was. And everybody would say she don't agree with what she was saying. But she went straight Kevin Samuels. That shit. Go back and listen to it. And listen to it with an open mind. I bet you're going to hear Kevin Samuels' voice in the background. I'm done.
Go ahead, Shaka.
I have nothing.
You got nothing. You got nothing on this. All right, Queen B, what you got?
I can't really comment on the Kevin Samuels part because I didn't subscribe to him much. So I've only heard what people said he said. But she definitely moved the goalpost from what she originally stated, which it's tough. Like I said, it's not middle of the road. She tried to flip it, so I can't say I agree 100%, but I definitely do not disagree 100%.
Go ahead, Ricardo.
I mean, Dr. Umar, is that his name? Dr. Umar?
Yeah, Umar.
Umar.
Oh, Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar said it best. He was like, you can't come and preach to the congregation when you've been swimming with the milk. But I find that very ironic. Yeah, be hanging out with the snow puppies. I was like, wow, he really went there. But who she dates and who she wants to be with, again, that's none of our prerogative. We don't care. But don't look down. And then again, she said it best. She was like, I'm talking about across the color lines. I don't know how we jumped to black men because that was not the conversation we were having before. And then when Breakfast Club brought it up to her, she was like, no, that's not what I meant. So you were deflecting, but then at the same time you're trying to double down. That doesn't work. You speak from your speak with the context that you're going with, but then don't change the narrative afterwards when you're being attacked. Well, I wouldn't say attacked, but when people start calling you out for I would say the bullshit. I don't want to like swear on here, but the BS.
Oh, come on, man. You know me.
You know what Trevor's saying.
I know, but we're trying to pass it up. But at the same time, you know what I meant. You can't come with the BS and then be like, "Oh, woe is me. They start attacking me, and you black people and do." No, it doesn't work. You knew exactly what you were doing. You know exactly what you said, and you're not going to get away with it. It is her prerogative. But I, from my personal standpoint, I think she was coming from a hurt place, because if you listen to her interview, she did mention that I saw my mom grow up as a single mother, and that's not what I wanted for myself, and that's fine. But then don't come on and then say, "Oh, but I want to be the woman that can dictate, and then I want to be able to say what I want to say to bring that when it comes to the relationship, I want to say what I say, and he can't say anything to me." And then I'm like, you can't be the alpha male and he be the alpha male. It won't work. He doesn't want that. That's not what he wants. And then you want to sit there and cry the narrative of, "Oh, well, the last man I've been with left me during the pandemic because he wanted to be with his kids." Of course he's going to be with his kids. That's his kids. You can't tell him from your standpoint, he went to quarantine with his family and then you wanted to be first. No, that was his 3 kids he chose to stay with. We had no idea what was going to transpire during the pandemic. And then you want to be first? No, that doesn't work. So that's why she sounded hurt to me. And I kept saying it, and I'm going to say it again. It's coming from a hurt place. But the way she delivered her message was completely out of line and out of pocket, and she knew it. That's all I'm gonna say. She knew what she was doing. She said it, and now she stepped in the doo-doo. And now when we're calling her out for it, she's like, "Oh well, you black people, some of you black folks, and mediocrity, and that has nothing to do with anything. You said what you said. You stepped in it. We're calling you out for it. Now be how you mean. That's all."
All right, so I'm gonna go with Dr. Mia this time, and then I'm gonna have Wayne close this segment out. Then we're gonna go back around the room. Everybody gonna get a closing statements, and I'm gonna shut the show down because I got to go watch wrestling with my little one. So so Doc, go ahead.
I believe she changed her position, and she did not speak in the scope of her expertise. Because if she was coming from an economical perspective and she was reporting out as an economist and using the data, because she talked about data, and I know y'all know I am a data cruncher and I need hardcore data. If she would have stuck to that and used that narrative to lead into the conversation, then people would have been more welcoming to the statements of talking about all of the positions where Black people are basically getting an F. And it's not that we're getting an F because we want to get an F, but just looking at all of the things that we need to fix within our own society to fix it. She changed her position and she started to talk about it from an economical standpoint. Her initial stance was very condescending. It was from a place, it wasn't from a good place. Because remember what I always say, at the end of the day, you can't help me, don't hurt me. So what she said was hurtful, and she could have done it from a different vantage point. You can choose your words, and Michael and I talk about this all the time. I can tell somebody to go swim with the sharks, but the way that I'm going to deliver it, I'm going to lead them to believe that I'm leading them to the promised land. But it's really got to be how you said it. She definitely changed her position. I'm not like I'm with Bridget. I don't 100% disagree. It's like 50-50 because contextually what she was trying to say was within the scope and the conversations that we need to have within our communities. But the delivery was all wrong. It was hurtful, and she got to go back to the drawing board and do better.
Talk to him.
All right, Wayne, what you got?
What's her name again?
Who, Dr. Mia?
No, not Dr. Mia. The lady.
Ebony.
Shaka? Ebony?
No, Ebony. The lady.
Oh, Ebony, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's goofy. I mean, let's just talk about it. Okay. Look, man, and when I have conversations with men and we talking again, I always talk about when we talk about barbershop talk, right? Like, I don't care what kind of degree she has. Okay. Stop. Sometimes when we're looking at women and we're hearing what they're saying, stop looking at them for who they are. Start looking at them for what they are, which is female. Okay? She's contradictory. She's a hypocrite. And again, she won't date the bus driver, but at the same time, she dated a CFO white guy. She had everything, but she couldn't keep it. So what's your argument? What's your argument? Who cares? Look, man, listen. We gotta look, man. She's just grifting. She's just grifting. She's just talking. She ain't saying nothing. That's why I say, man, black men, stop letting women validate you. Just like Kevin J said, man. I love what he said right there. Look, the market is gonna decide. She's up there with these high earners, and she's still not married. She still don't have what she wants because they are not masters of keeping. They haven't developed that skill. They know how to go get a degree. They know how to earn the money, but they haven't developed the skill. A lot of them, not all, a lot of them haven't developed the skill on how to be a companion. When you have a woman, especially depending on how attractive she is, she does. When it comes to the dating market, everything is given to her. So what happens when a person who in the market where everything is given to you and you don't have to earn anything, you don't become a great partner. So that's what I'm saying, man. She's telling us that she just looks stupid, she just looks goofy. Let her look goofy. That's all I got to say about that. I mean, really, she's not saying anything, man.
You didn't like Mike, you get Wayne.
Well, I don't know what to say after that.
I have a question, a rebuttal?
That was beautiful.
Go ahead.
So, Wayne, when you said when you come from a market where everything is given to you,
see, here we go. See,
please elaborate.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So here's what I'm saying. When I talk about the dating market, or when I say the dating game, women, see, the only way this conversation moves forward is if black women are honest with themselves about who they are, not about who you are, but what you are, which is female. Let's put aside about who you are, which is your degree, which is as you're a mother, all that stuff. No, let's talk about your nature as a woman. So again, in the dating market, depending on your attraction, depending on your body shape, when you coming up in the dating game and you out there, what I'm saying is when you walk out the door, there's men offering dates, sex. Hey, can I take you out, sweetheart? When you say, okay, when you choose a guy to say, yeah, you know what, I'll go out with you. You don't pay for dates. You don't pay for gift. You like everything is given to you because we as men, we are auditioning ourselves. We're continuously auditioning ourselves. So everything is given to you up into the relationship. So in that time, what skill are you building to keep the man? See, as men, we're building the skill because we deal with rejection, we deal with being turned down. And I mean, and what we'll do as men, we'll come to each other like, damn, Trevor, Mike, damn, I like this girl, man. I took her out, man, went on a couple of days, but she ain't calling me. Damn, okay, I missed that, but what I'm doing wrong? What you think I should do? Women don't do that. Women don't go to each other and be like, man, you know what, man, this guy, we was talking and he stopped talking, but what you think I did wrong? You know what they say? Child, girl, he wasn't good enough for you. He ain't wasn't good enough for you.
And Wayne,
so my thing, wait, let me just finish. So my whole point is, and here's the debate that I want to have, because I believe this, because I think it's a narrative and I push back on it. I'll say this. I believe because of that, and because that in the dating market, most of the things are given to them, especially on how attractive you are, men make better partners in relationships, in marriages, because we build the skill. We build the skill of being a better partner. We build the skill of, like, we build skills, we have experience. So that whole narrative, because for some reason, the narrative is out there that a woman always comes to a marriage or relationship whole. And like what? And I always, when I look at certain stuff on social media, I see panels, I'm like, and it's always the man that needs to be fixed. But I'm like, the man is always the one out there developing the skill when she gets rejected, woman. So it's like, how all of a sudden she comes into a partnership whole, but she's not even working on developing the skill
I don't
because
want you to
everything's
keep
given
moving
to
the
her.
goalposts. I don't want you to keep
Okay, go
moving the
ahead.
goalposts on the conversation. So when you talk about this framework, I would like to ask you, where is the origin of this framework? Because understand systemically, this, I'm gonna go back to the good old days because y'all love the good old days. So from the origin of this framework, the courting, the process of becoming married and all of this, who is the originators of this framework? Enlighten me. Who are the originators?
Let me answer.
Old white men.
Contextually.
Let me answer that. Hold on. I want men to understand who's listening on the panel. Okay. They talk about how communication is important, but what's more important is comprehension. You see how she didn't comprehend anything I just said.
No, I
see
did
that?
comprehend everything.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me
Don't
finish.
do that.
Let me finish.
I'm asking a question.
Wait, let me finish. Wait. Let me finish. So let me ask you a question. What does that
you
have
can't
to
ask
do?
a question before you answer your question. That's not how
I'm
it
finna
works.
ask you. Okay, let me ask you a question. Then fair enough. You're
From this
absolutely right.
original framework that you speak of, that where women are presented with everything, because Trevor will tell you, I don't move goalposts. We don't jump from conversation to conversation. If we're going to get to the end goal, in order for us to get there, we have to follow a direct path, because we can definitely bring in multiple variables. There's always multiple variables. So where does it come from? What is the origin of this framework?
I am not your ordinary content creator, sweetie. I'm here for it. You understand what I'm saying? I will answer the question. I ain't running from it. Here it is.
Right there.
What the point I'm trying to make is that the man is building the skill in the dating game, in the dating market. The point, what I'm saying, the origin is that's the nature of men. Exactly. When we're meeting a woman, we're auditioning. I said that's just the nature of the game. What I'm saying is that where is your skill? When do you develop the skill to keep the man after I've done what I've done to get what I need to get to us to a point? When do you develop your skill to keep me? When? And when outside of the relationship, when are you practicing that? When are you having that conversation?
Okay.
Right. So when you talked about,
hold on,
I just want to answer that one
just
point.
answer Mia. Just because I know you want to go off, but the time is running down. Answer this question, and Michael, hold on. Michael just gave me a fantastic idea. Michael just gave me a fantastic idea because I see your next guest. I mean, I need to have you and Wayne have a conversation because this gonna be fantastic. But go ahead and get what you were saying out.
Right. So I am, and that was my original point, and you answered it for me, because we have to be the change that we want. So I am agreeing with you, and I'm saying if it is a framework that has existed that has not served us as a people and as a society, it is our responsibility to change it. We can no longer do the finger pointing. We can no longer ask people and demand them to create a stance or create a culture when everybody's not at the table having the conversation. That the origin of this framework was broken. It was cultivated and curated from a place that was not in line with who we are culturally, not in line who we are spiritually. So absolutely. So the masses, the all call is yes. Black men need to come to the table. Black women need to come to the table, and we need to recreate this framework because it's not working.
We're in the fourth quarter of this conversation, third in the fourth quarter. From the 1900s all the way back to slavery, Black people have been married and in relationships. Now things are changing. Why? And I don't know. I mean, men are taught to stay traditional, women not. Women are taught to be whoever the hell they want to be and be glorified. You don't think so? You don't think that's not changing the game? You don't think the game is changing? You telling me that the game is still the same from decades ago to
I did
today?
not say that. I did not say that. I said the framework which it was established.
What I'm saying, listen, sweetie, that slavery thing, I'm telling you, sweetie, Black Jim Crow, slavery, civil rights movement, Black folks was married at high numbers. Is there? Okay, stop it.
Because they
Okay.
were a commodity. They were a commodity. they were trained to become a commodity. Trevor, you're gonna have to schedule this another time because we're not gonna be able to do this right now. We're not gonna be able to do this. I don't want to monopolize the conversation.
Okay, let's do
Please
it. Let's
schedule
do
this another time.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. Hey, I thought I was gonna get Wayne and Q, but hey, Wayne and Mia is just as great.
I told you.
All right, listen. All right, because we really gotta go. So Shaka, give your closing words.
Ooh, child. Closing words. It is your prerogative. Date who you want to date. I feel like communication is always key. So say what you mean and mean what you say. Thank you.
All right, Mike, give your closing words.
I hate that prerogative. Like, not, and I'm not directing towards you, as you just said it though. I think when we have toxic wants and toxic needs, we teach people that it's okay. I think the majority, because I was raised around nothing but women, which is probably why I'm hurt. And and I've seen how they cape for each other. I've seen how I think one of the only two women I've ever heard ask a woman what she did wrong is on the panel down there on the bottom left. Most women, I've never heard them ask a woman who's complaining what she did or what she could have contributed to make the thing go bad. It's just the man ain't shit. And I think that type of talk is going to lead us to never get to the table, Mia. We're never going to, I'm a fatalist. We're never going to get there as a race. Now, as a person, I'm going to work on me. I feel like mentally, and to the people who actually speak to me on a regular basis, you know how I am. You know, mentally, emotionally, I'm very mature. And whoever ends up with me is going to be happy. That's not a dick. I'm going to kick you in the ankle. Anyway, but whoever's going to end up with me is going to be very happy. You feel me? I just wish the rest of you would open your minds, maybe a little less anger, and try to see stuff from the other side. Because if we all come in with, oh, well, that was negative, but that's how she believes, that's not what I want my daughter to say. I don't want my daughter to hear her say that about a bus driver. Because if my daughter becomes a lawyer, but a bus driver's her destiny and she's going to be happy like a fucking Tyler Perry movie, I want her to end up with the bus driver. I don't care. I don't care if there's a lawyer who loves you. He might be the one that fucks your sister and gives you chlamydia. I'm just saying, go for love first. I'm done.
Real quick, Juju, you always show up like 2 hours late.
At the last second.
All right, but PC
is hilarious right now.
PC anyway, Juju. But Queen B, go ahead and none of y'all leave the panel. I just want you to give you closing words though. Queen B, go ahead and close us out.
Oh boy, how do you close that out? Because I feel like we went all around the playground with this one. Yes, love is the goal, but reality, honesty, like real life expectation on both sides. I'm not saying just from women. It's important. It's important to know the type of life you live, know the type of life you want to live, and be honest about getting there. Honesty does not have to be liked. Honesty just has to be respected. If I want something that you can't provide or vice versa, I have to get out of the way and allow you to get someone who can provide you with what it is that you need. And that should be fair across the board. There was so much said that I want to speak to, but Lord, if your destiny is a bus driver, so be it. And if your destiny is a thought, stop fighting it.
I try not to say it.
Take her for who she is.
So much. Stop it.
That thought can make your house a home.
You done
with love. Lead with love. Yes, I'm good.
Ricardo, go ahead and give your final thoughts.
Cynicism has really done a number on our community, and it's something that it saddens me to watch. That everybody's a cynic these days. No one wants to be like. It's one of them things where you have to maybe Dr. Mia can probably touch on it in a future date, but I believe cynicism has really done a number on the black community, and that's all I'm gonna leave with. That's
Just
it.
say you agree with me, bro. Just say you agree with me.
Wayne, go ahead and give your closing thoughts. Don't leave the panel yet, but just give your closing thoughts.
All right, yeah, I'm here. So I'll say it again. This conversation is just going to go in circles until women are honest with themselves and who and what they are. That's it. The conversation is we're going to just go in circles. That's it. That's all I got to say. As far as the bus driver whole thing, and again, when I talk to men and just my whole thing, man, just stop, let black women have their preference. Let them have it. The market will decide. Let them have it. Who cares? Black men have your preference. That's all I'm saying. Black women have your preference. Let me be clear. Let me say that one more time. Black women have your preference. I applaud you. You don't want the bus driver. You want the guy that makes $100,000. Please go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. I'm not saying that I'm down in the bus driver. I'm with the bus driver. I'm also with the guy that makes 6 racks. Okay. Let black women have their preference, because guess what? I want black men to have their preference, and I don't want them shots fired about it, because that's the issue. Black women can have their preference, but when black men have their preference, then it's a problem, because again, black men want to play a zero-sum game in the black community, and we got to stop. They want to play winner take all. Hey, you can say this, but I can say this, but you can't say that because that offends me. They play that game. You got to understand. We're not going for that mind game no more. That's it.
That bus driver.
Yo, that bus driver is hilarious.
All right, Doc, give us your
trademark that.
Doc, give us your closing remarks.
Yes, go ahead. I'm gonna say, like I've always said, is that we were placed on this planet to coexist with people. We have gotten really distracted from the framework of which we were supposed to exist in. Jobs, salaries, degrees, all of these things are part of, it's a padding. It's supposed to add to our existence. It's supposed to, enrich our existence. It's not supposed to define who we are. And so we have gotten off course of what it means to be human beings, what it means to populate, what it means to procreate, what it means to live. People have, they will dedicate their whole careers, their whole life to their career, and never think for a minute that you're going to get old and you're going to need somebody to wipe your ass, because we have been programmed that our priorities are off as a whole, as a society. So if you want to kind of divvy it down and really talk about the blacks and the whites and the browns, yes, that's a whole different conversation. But I think as a society, our priorities are off. We need to go back to the basics. Family is everything. It is very important that we take care within our 4 walls. For the people that believe in the Bible, your first assignment is within your 4 walls. If people just take care of their own families, then it trickles out. You have to be responsible for what's inside your house. And you can't control everything, but you have to have a pulse on what's going on with your children and your husband, because we're living in isolation. We're not really joining. People are mad about their children being on social media all the time, and they're talking about their kids doing this. But every time they look at you, you on your phone. Every time you turn around, you can't put the phone down. So they are modeling a behavior. So when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, look in the mirror, because it starts with you.
Oh, you better talk.
Well, I'll say this, and the reason I didn't have you guys leave the panel, just because I wanted to let you know. So since I was convinced to start doing this, because again, I often tell the story, I didn't want to do this. I was perfectly content with just doing the podcast. But after some convincing, they got me to come over to YouTube, and it's been hard. I won't even lie to you. It's been hard. I feel like we put on such a quality show, and then to try to get the views when you see all the bullshit that goes on around YouTube, and they seem to get the audience. But then when you put the quality shows on, it's hard to do the promotion and things like that. So I want to thank y'all. See, the name of the show is Straight Talk Sessions. I am just Trevor. I'm the man with the microphone. I provide the platform, but I feel that you guys are the society. When you hear me talk about the Straight Talk Society, that's what I mean. I'm giving all you guys a voice to come on, and like I often say, man, get your shit off. I said this once and I say it again. I'm not going to be the guy that'll hold anybody back. So if you guys keep coming over here and then you come and you're like, listen, man, I feel like I'm ready to go start and do my own thing. Hey, you got my blessing. You need me to help you out. I'll do whatever I can, promote your show. We could do whatever. Everybody knows I had the situation where I told somebody I was going to do my own thing and they ended up trying to drag me all over YouTube, but it's fine. I think I'm showing that I'm winning in that situation. But if you guys ever feel like, hey, it's time for me to, move on and do my thing, then it's all good. Like Dr. Mia, I've known Mia since we were in 7th grade. I've known Michael since we were like in 3rd grade. So like these are my like friends. So when you see me have them come on the show and like basically do their own show, is because I trust them not to mess up this brand. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike says the controversial shit and whatever, because that's Mike. That's what Mike does. But I trust them enough to know, like, hey, they're not gonna ruin what me and Nene are trying to build as far as the society. Like, we're not making any money off of this. Trust me. I've spent way more money than I've ever made doing any of this shit. So I really do this for the fun. I do it because I think Black people need a place to get their voice out. And I've been on YouTube long enough and I hear all the filth and the foolishness going on, and none of this shit is advancing us forward. So like I said, y'all are the Straight Talk Society. And when I see y'all, it lets me know, like, okay, this thing is going to work. This was a fire show. Like, I didn't have to interject at all, pretty much. I'm always want to get my shit in, but that's just me because I like to talk. But you guys come on, you get your stuff off, you make fantastic points, and now you got like people in the chat, you like becoming fan favorites and stuff like that. So you know what I mean? So this Friday, May 12th at 9 p.m. is the first episode of Straight Talk Therapy Sessions with Dr. Mia. She's actually gonna do a show. She's actually gonna do a show with Kevin, with my cousin Kevin, who you've seen in the chat. But what I will request is that your next show, Mia, we got to work it out some type of way that you have a conversation with Wayne, because the dynamic there is radio gold. Like it's legit. It's gold. I mean, it's like Michael was saying, like, damn, Michael, I think Michael jealous now that he's not the most hated man on this panel anymore. It's like,
no, he still is.
It's like, but Wayne is a guy. I know Wayne since high school. Like, we all pretty much know each other, but I've been trying to get Wayne over here for the longest. Me and Wayne did a podcast together, and it was fantastic, man. And he just, I'm so glad now. You see, he'll fit right in over here. Like Kevin saying, invite Wayne to the Friday show. Look at that. I'm telling you, once you get your shit off, then they're gonna love you.
Because Wayne, that, Kevin, I appreciate it. And peace to everybody on the panel. Shout out everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate that. Eboni, KJ, everybody, man. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, Wayne talks a lot of time. Wayne talks like men talk. When you hear Wayne and you hear Michael, you hear Ricardo, that's how we talk behind the scenes. Like, if you see half the shit that me and Ricardo text each other on a daily basis, you'll be like, man, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you'll be like, what the hell? But that's how men are. And these places allow us to get our voice out. So all I'm saying is I appreciate y'all. Oh God, Kevin said, oh yeah, Wayne, Kevin has a lot of pushback for some things he's heard you say on the show. So that's why he's saying don't appreciate him too much. I think he want to have a conversation with you. So
yeah, I'm here for it. I don't want to.
Yeah. Wayne is building up already. Like, Wayne is building up, and like, people love Queen Breezy. Like, they just love her. They love Trina. They love Shaka. Like, Shaka, we have a saying for Shaka. Shaka comes on only to irritate Mike, and it works so well. It works every single time. So well. She legit knows how to get him.
I love that. That is not irritating me. That's how I flirt.
I've had Juju. Juju, it'll kill her to get here on time, but Juju always says that Mike and Queen B need to have a crosstalk together. What's up, Van Cat? Producer extraordinaire. So that's what I'm saying. The Straight Talk Society, you guys, if you guys come to me with an idea and say, hey, I wanna rock out with this, then I'm gonna look at the schedule and I'm gonna be like, well, damn shit, we can fit it in. Let's do it. And that's what it is. It's as simple as that. We do the man talk Monday came about because Michael, myself, and Solar.
Trey, real quick, I don't mean to cut y'all. Do you want me to show up on that Friday night show at 9 o'clock, or you want to do it?
Yeah, come on.
Wait, say what? Wait.
Oh, no, what I was saying was,
no. I need Wayne by himself because we gonna be ready.
Okay, then we'll do it. I'll let y'all. I'll watch the show with Kevin.
Well, I think Kevin may want some smoke with you. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I mean, well, Kevin can get it too. I mean, Kevin can get it. You know, but shout out to him. You know
Black and white with your name on it.
Shout out to the brother, but he can get it too.
But what I was saying, I'm almost done. The Man Talk Monday show started because Michael, myself, and Solar had a conversation, just a random ass conversation, and everybody was like, "Damn, that was a good ass conversation." And then we were like, "You know what? Let's just do a Man Talk Monday show," and that's how it started. So these crosstalk shows, I love them. When the Pour Your Heart Out women come over and we had this crosstalk, I love it. So whenever y'all come up, we have another one scheduled later this month to talk about the brat thing. So that should be very interesting. But like I say, man, peace to y'all. Y'all what make this thing go. I mean, hell, the wrestling show. Me and Van Cat literally started the wrestling show because of a podcast we did, and I was like, damn, this shit might be really good to just talk about it. And he was like, well, let's do it on YouTube. And I was like, all right, well, let's do it on YouTube. And there you go. So that's how it is. It's that simple. So if y'all got something to say, it's fine. Just hit Nene up, hit me up, and we could get it going, man. This ain't just limited to me and her. I mean, because the debate playoff is coming up soon, so I'm gonna probably be busy studying. So we gonna need to fill up some slots. So y'all got something to get off your chest? Let's do it. So again, I appreciate y'all for coming through. So I'll keep you all in touch, especially you, Wayne, and let you know what's up with Friday. So now y'all could go. I'm gonna let y'all go.
He said, I am so loud.
Peace. And me and Nene gonna go ahead and close this thing on out. Whew.
Nene on the boards. That need to be her name.
Y'all not paying people now, but where y'all going? It's going. Those CPMs are gonna come in. You build it, they will come.
And Trevor already owed me $5.
All right. Last time you said somebody owed you $5, she asked you what's your cash out.
She was trying to take my innocence. I don't play that. I ain't cheap. Y'all have a good night. Much love.
All right, peace.
Good night.
Love you, Doc.
Talk owners, CEOs. Make sure we got an LLC. You got Straight Talk Society LLC, right?
No, we have.
We'll talk behind. We'll talk behind the scenes.
We got to brand it. All right.
We'll talk behind the scenes.
Later. Bye. Thank
Peace.
you.
Well,
that was a good one.
That was a really good one. I knew it got a little testy with Q and Wayne. I mean, you know, and it was funny when I saw Q hop on the panel. I'm like, oh man, I wonder if they're gonna keep it cordial, but you know,
they did the best they could.
Yeah, and let me say to Sister Noble, I know, I mean, Michael, it wasn't like he didn't mean no harm by, like, he literally, he wasn't laughing at that situation. He was asking you questions about it. But Michael is just a jovial person. That's just how he is. So he didn't mean any harm by, you know, you always welcome over here. So, you know, I hope you don't take it any type of way that anybody was kind of making fun of the situation, because we understand the situation is serious. So, you know, nobody over here was making light about it. So,
and I also appreciate her for at least coming back and explaining how she felt instead of just logging off. She came back, and hopefully things are good.
All right. So what you got coming up?
Pour your heart out. We are going to be rocking out in May, the 19th. We have Sip Happens. That's where we have our open panel discussion. So we'll just be talking about a bunch of different things, which is basically like straight talk sessions, but it's for us ladies. That's the 19th. On the 20th, we'll be doing another collab with you guys, where we'll be talking about I forgot the name of it. I think it's The Hunt for the Black Sperm.
Yeah.
You know, that's a rare commodity right now. So we're going to be talking about that. And then on the 26th, the show is titled Girl, She Just Don't Like You. So we have some good ones coming up. So make sure that you are liking, subscribing, and turning those notifications on so you do not miss anything.
And all that. Tammy, I wish you would have been able to join the I would definitely join next time. All right, we're gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
So I didn't get to go over it in the beginning because I started a little late, but I did have my debate over the weekend on Saturday night. It was the late one, 9 o'clock. Our father's unrealistic expectations detrimental to their daughter's future mate. It was me against Akasha, and I did come out with a victory on that one. So now I'm just waiting to see who I'm going to face in the playoffs. I guess that's why Solar didn't come on tonight. He may be at work, I don't know, but they are planning on doing a bracket show. I know they said they were going to do it tonight, so that's why I want to kind of hurry up and close out. But as soon as I know who I'm facing, then I'll talk about it or whatever. But I don't want to take anything from them. I want to make sure that they that they do it on their channel. It's their league. So I don't want to, be, some people they don't even let the owners of the channel promote their own shit. They try to do it, to get the views off of them. So I don't do that. I'll wait until Solar and Angel promotes it, and then I'll get my thoughts over here. Because my first thing is a Straight Talk Society. So that's so I'm just waiting to see who my opponent is. I went and looked at the standings this morning, and the person who I think it is who I hope it is, but who knows? It may not be. Who knows? So that's why I don't want to jump the gun. I'll wait for Solar and Angel to announce it. The Man Talk Monday show. I appreciate you for coming on, Ricardo. The Man Talk Monday show. For this coming Monday, May 15th, will not be the regular Man Talk Monday. So like you got your Man Talk Monday is kind of like this, we talk about topical things and things like that. Man Talk Monday, I will be doing my interview with Reginald Young. I'm so excited about that. Reginald Young is a preacher who I guess is famous. I guess his real claim to fame is debating Pastor Geno Jennings and winning. So I will be interviewing Reginald Young Monday, May 15th at 7 p.m. Be prepared, moderators. A lot of trolls are going to come over because they hate this guy for some reason. Just because he debated Geno Jennings and beat him, they can't take it, even though that happened in 1994. They cannot take it. So they will come on and they're going to be aggressive. So we had a hand on the block button. I only got them for an hour, so it won't be a long show. Like I said, this Friday is Straight Talk Therapy Sessions with Dr. Mia. Her and Kevin are going to have a conversation. The conversation is going to be fantastic, though, because it's dealing with trauma, like parental trauma, and the effects that the child takes into adulthood. So that's going to be awesome because, man, Mia, y'all see it, boy. When Mia, you give her that one opening, she's just going to go. And I just love that about her. A voice like that needs to be heard. So if I could offer a platform, then that's what I'm going to do because that's my friend and I'm going to let her get her shit off. I appreciate it, Shaka, for coming on. You've been Team Straight Talk forever, even before there was a Team Straight Talk. So, just everybody, man, that's pushed me to this. And I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it because I love doing this. I could do this shit all day, for real. I love being behind this microphone. I just love it. I love being behind the microphone. So I guess, Nene, you got anything else to say? I don't know if she's taking care of little mama. So
I'm here. It was taking care of her. She's not feeling well, but I'm here. I just want to thank everybody for supporting us, and just for rocking out with us, sharing your hearts. And what I love about our society is that we don't agree with everything. We have our moments where we have to go back and forth a little bit, but at the end, it is all love and it's all respect. And we're going to make sure that we keep it that way. So just make sure you keep tuning in.
All right. Well, there you have it. I appreciate that, Shaka. Yeah, we're building something great over here. That's all I can say. We're building something great. And like Nene said, we don't always agree with one another. Hell, me and Nene don't always agree with things. But it's just about having the conversation and coming up to a amicable solution, where no shots are really fired. So
sometimes you have to agree to disagree. It's just about the respect.
Yep. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out, but I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. Until next time, see you Wednesday. Peace. And I feel like whenever I'm behind this microphone, I am at my absolute best, and I cannot be touched.
Have you ever danced with the devil? Took a glance at a rebel, had a chance to advance. You are not on my level. You are not my equal. I can pose another sequel. Those that do oppose, I will expose and leave you see with the spines in my eye. Recognize me as a legend. Refuse to cry and die.
Well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it again. Another banger from yours truly, Mr. Straight Talk. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them.